And welcome to Hope College women's basketball on this Thursday night, the season opener of the 2023-2024 season. Glad to have you along. My name is Mike Coleman, and we are joined by Sports Information Director Alan Babbitt, AB as we like to call him. And Alan's going to be doing the color commentation tonight. And Alan, always a nice start to the season. A lot of expectations for a program such as Hope College as they take on Marian University for the first time in the tip-off tournament, but maybe more questions than answers as we go into this campaign.
Yeah, really in the era of the pandemic, you've had more consistency with rosters with that extra year. Now that is kind of expiring, and we just don't know. And in some sense, it's a little anticipation and nervousness. In another sense, it's excitement because we're going to see who is able to step forward and help propel this basketball team forward.
Well, we've got the first of 25 games during the regular season. This is the first of 9 in the non-conference schedule as Marian University out of Fond du Lac, Wisconsin, east of Madison, my parents' hometown, which is kind of cool on my side of things. But they take on a Hope College team. And let's look back before we move forward, Alan. A Hope College team that finished 26-3 last year and maybe according to the program underachieved as far as the postgame. But they made it to the second round by falling to a very good team in Wartburg. But what were your thoughts about the team last year as they worked their way through?
Yeah, I mean, they had a lot of weight on their shoulders as the defending national champions. And so while it was disappointing to not advance past the second round, when you look at and factor in after graduating that unbelievable senior class to win a share of the league title, to win the league tournament, to be picked as a first and second round host, that's built on that. It's a very good season you can probably name about 430 other teams in the country that would take that in a heartbeat. But obviously Hope has a rich tradition, one of few programs with more than 3 national titles, so they always are striving higher. But yeah, a great season, and these young players now that are stepping forward, they got a front row seat to see what Hope basketball is all about.
And I think for Brian Morehouse in his 28th season now, he's approaching a milestone. We'll get to that in a second. But a coach has won 685 games in his career here with Hope College. You would imagine a coach with that much success might be excited about taking something maybe as a raw lump of clay and trying to form it into a winner.
Yeah, certainly. I mean, that's the part of coaching, and I think kind of gets underappreciated, the satisfaction of that when you're able to take something that's not finished and see how far, what it can mold into. So I know he's excited. He's always nervous. He's a coach. If you're not nervous as a coach, you're not really a coach.
That is absolutely true. Well, we look at this Marian University team out of the NACC conference, 7-18 last year. They're favored 7th out of 10 teams in their conference, and a team that's never won their conference. But then you move to Hope College as they host a tip-off tournament, favored 2nd in the preseason prognostications behind Trine. And I think you and I could both agree that Trine's going to be an awful handful and probably the perennial favorite.
Yeah, certainly. And Hope doesn't mind being the underdog. It's been a while since they've been in that role, and they'll relish that. But this is a Marian team that could make a statement win. You beat Hope, no matter who's on the court. That's something. And they have somebody like Kiara Williams back, the first freshman in team history since 2007 to do all conference honors as a second-team selection. They're going to be somebody that's looking to make a mark tonight.
And what I like about Marian too, Alan, is the fact that Hope's leading scorer. I'm going to go backward before I go forward again, but Karsten Karlblom is the leading scorer for Hope College, returning. She was 4th on the team last year, but Marian brings back 4 of their 5 top scorers, and Williams led that category for them. So in that essence of that experience, I really like the fact that they got to feel comfortable bringing back all that talent.
And certainly, and that is a good test for Hope to have to play a team that has that continuity and experience playing together, because that's what they're going to be seeing with those really good teams that are playing together and really gelling. So this will be a great test, Hope, here tonight at DeVos Fieldhouse.
Well, it's always curious too to see how a team that comes in that's never been to the Fieldhouse before here at DeVos reacts to a big crowd and a big standing, a big situation, I should say. But we're going to step aside for just a moment. We're going to listen to the playing of the national anthem, and then we'll have the starting lineups of Game 1 of the 2023-2024 season.
Can you see by the dawn twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight for the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the brave and the home of the brave?
Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Mary Krause.
And our nation's anthem on this Thursday night is the Mr. Veterans Day.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Affirmative, Freddie.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the DeVos Fieldhouse here on the campus of Hope College for today's non-league contest between the Sabres of Marian University and your Hope College Flying Ducks. Here tonight's starting lineups. First from Marian at 1-4, 5'8" sophomore from Wisconsin Rapids, Wisconsin, number 2, Chelsea King. And at 1-4 from the Flying Dutch, a 5'11" sophomore from Crystal Lake, Illinois, number 5, Carson Carlo. At 1-4 from Marian, a 5'8" junior from Princeton, Wisconsin, number 4, Lila Barber. And at 1-4 from the Flying Dutch, a 5'10" sophomore from Byron Center, number 25, Sydney Viss. Starting at center for Marian, a 5'10" sophomore from Warren, number 1, Kiara Williams. And at center for the Flying Dutch, a 6'2" senior from Grand Rapids, number 10, Raven Jemison. At one guard from Marian, a 5'6" junior from De Pere, Wisconsin, number 5, Noel Forbes. And at one guard for the Flying Dutch, a 5'6" junior from Minden, number 11, Jada Garner. And at the final guard spot for Marian, a 5'3" junior from Oxford, Wisconsin, number 15, Lexi Breaker. And at the final guard spot for the Flying Dutch, a 5'8" sophomore from New Albany, Indiana, number 12, Keegan Kaiser. Marian University is coached by Josh Ward. Hope College is coached by Brian Morehouse. Your officials this evening, Nicole Fisher, Brad Eistemars, and Lindsay Dyke.
As we get set for the tip-off here from DeVos Fieldhouse, we've got two coaches, Alan, that are kind of at the end of the spectrum. Josh Ward in just his second season as he took over the Sabre program last year, and then we talked about Coach Brian Morehouse in his 28th season as they had a nice handshake. But it's always exciting to see a young coach with a program to see what he can do and meld them in his character, and I think this will be an interesting season for the Sabres.
Yeah, certainly, and Coach Ward has high-level experience as an assistant at Mount Union and made a national tournament appearance with them. So, and Mount Union's been a really strong women's basketball program as well. So he's trying to, make his own mark with this Marian Sabre team.
And how about youth as served for both teams? You've got a Sabre basketball team that starts 3 juniors and 2 sophomores, and Hope College with 5 starters who have never started a game before, 1 senior, 1 junior, and 3 sophomores. But I know you're a big proponent of this, Alan Babbitt. It all starts with a point guard, and Jada Garner, a junior, making a start. She's one of the good ones.
Yeah, she certainly is, and a point guard is the one who gets things moving. And I'm interested too to see tonight how Coach Morehouse settles into his rotations. To me, it's always sometimes starters. It's what that rotation is like, and then crunch time, who's on the court at the end of the game.
That is absolutely true. Now, in the past, Brian Morehouse has used 5 for 5. Will he employ that strategy, as they say? We'll find out in the course of a game. But Raymond Jemison, the East Kentwood product the senior, the lone senior on the court at the moment, will jump against Chelsea King, and the tip goes to Jada Garner and the Flying Dutch is in their home whites today. Garner, solid season last year off the bench, just over 5 points a game, gives to Keegan Kaiser. And the quick launch by Carl Bloom, leading three-point shooter last year for the Dutch team. That one short and corralled by Marian University. As they work it around the perimeter, Hope College really tries to defend those wings. Now, losing her man is a Breakbush three-point launch, and that one is filled on the far side. And a good effort by Noelle Vogels, and Marian gets on the board.
Good ball movement there by the Sabres. That's ideally what you want to do against this Hope defense.
3-0. Marian is attempting that drive is Sydney Viss. She's just under 6 points per game last year. That shot rejected. This is a Marian team that gave up 72 points a game last year. They scored 59. And Hope is a powerhouse, scoring 87 points last year, second in the nation. Here's Jemison left elbow. Tries to give it to Garner, hounded on the man-to-man defense by the Sabres. 13 on the shot clock, and we got a whistle down low and a reach-in foul.
Good entry pass there to get the ball to Raven inside. Hope definitely has a size advantage height-wise, and it'll be something they'll want to exploit, particularly in the paint.
We saw Jamison go to the line quite a bit last year in her 9 minutes of action as a three-point launch off the side iron by Keegan Kaiser. And a team that shot 38% from the long line last year for Hope, as that one tipped out of bounds. It'll stay with the Sabres off to your right.
Want to get an open look if you're Hope, but you want to maybe get an easy basket just to get the lid off.
Sometimes that watch it go into the basket shooting's contagious. Bounce pass baseline. Marian using the pass very effectively. 3-point rims in and out, and a good rebound by Carl Bloom. Quickly to Garner, the all-state product from Midland Dow. Now we got a reach-in foul, a little push-off. Second foul for the Sabres.
That'll certainly be something to watch if Flying Dutch can get the Sabres in foul trouble early and get to the line for some easy opportunities. That's always helpful.
Breakbush with the personal foul. Breakbush, vital part of the team last year. Inside, little mid-range jumper, and there we go. Carl Bloom connects from 15.
Yeah, when she's feeling it, it's something to watch, and that's a good start for her to come back after missing the early three.
She had a good aggressiveness last year too, AB, as a freshman. She was not timid at all. Very confident young basketball player. Good motion in the paint. Razzle and the dazzle by Breakbush, and that extends the lead to 5-2 Marian. Quickly down the floor comes Hope College. Power move inside in the finish. Sydney Viss with a nice feed inside by Garner, and a chance to go to the line for the old school three.
Yeah, I mean, the thing with basketball, if your outside shot isn't doing it, it's time to attack the lane. And these last two trips, the Flying Dutch have done a good job and have an opportunity here to pull even.
Well, they certainly do have a height advantage across the board, as Vist with a quick release. That one rattles out. Jemison trying to corral an offensive board, and she's going to get pegged. But you can't fault her aggressiveness on that, as she just went over the shoulder.
Yeah, no, that's part of basketball. Unfortunately, you get boxed out, you're going to get a foul sometimes.
Here's Courtney Lee, the junior out of Fishers, Indiana, getting set to enter the game. So now we're starting to see a little bit of the rotation they may take shape. Being hounded in the backcourt is Breakbush, the point guard. Dump pass far side, and we got a foul down low.
Good job. They found Kiara Williams right there on the post. Raven did her best not to foul, but just got called, and Courtney Lee will enter in for the Flying Dutch.
And Raven with a quick seat after two quick fouls, and Alan still getting used to the new scoreboard above. The graphics beautiful here above DeVette Van Weeren Court inside DeVos Fieldhouse. Beautiful, beautiful display. Kiara Williams with the free throw was good. Freshman out of Warren, Michigan, led the team last year at over 13 per game. She gets on the board. Couple Michigan players on this roster. Second one is good as well. 7-4 Marian. Garner quickly over the timeline into the forecourt. Little weave to Kaiser. Tried to thread the needle down low. Loose basketball picked up by the Sabres. Williams on the run. Being chased by Viss. And a nice fast break basket by the Sabres. Biggest lead of the day for the visiting Marian University Sabres. Free throw line, Garner kicks it out. 3-point launch, halfway in the cone. Is that one no good by Carl Bloom? Fielded by Williams. Euro step inside, off the mark. Good defense by Hope. And that'll stay with Marian. 7:19 left here in the first quarter. As number 4, Lauren Leach, the sophomore out of Angola, Indiana, checks in. And we had another substitution, too. Looks like Taryn Maynard, the freshman out of Jenison High School outside Grand Rapids. Always interesting when you get a freshman with some early action. Inside look, trying to dump that off, and the shot off the mark as Breakbush tried to draw a foul quickly to Garner on the other way. She backs it up with a right-handed dribble. Dish downside to Lee, left elbows. Hope swings it around. Faking the three-point launch. High off the window. No luck. Offensive board. Lee with a putback up and in. Courtney Lee with a good offensive board. Hope cuts it to 3. Lexi Breakbush works it near side. We got a travel call. Marian, a team, had quite a few turnovers last year, 15 per game. Their first cough up of this contest. Olivia Bellows checks in for the Flying Dutch, junior out of Lake City High School. And Lauren Leach, like we mentioned, now working on the far corner, looking for a pass from Bellows, as Bellows working the point guard situation as Jada Garner gets a breather at the 6:30 mark. Bellows works top circle. Both teams starting out in man-to-man. Now we got a whistle in the backcourt, and the Marian fouls starting to add up. Foul on King. Chelsea King, the sophomore out of Wisconsin Rapids, Wisconsin. 4th team foul for the Sabres. Flying Dutch with the basketball. Bellows, spin move off the window and good. Bellows connects with her first shot attempt and her first fill. 4 straight points by the Flying Dutch. They close it to within 1. Trapped in the far wing are the Sabres, forcing another turnover. Great defense. Good combo package of Lauren Leach and Maynard forcing the turnover. We've got 5:54 remaining in the first. Nice crowd on this Thursday night. This is the Hope College tip-off tournament. Hope will be in action on Saturday. A little gap in the tournament schedule. Inside feed, left-hander up by Courtney Lee, showing that versatility. And a good dish by Hannah Kurtz to credit the assist. And Hope takes the lead back. 6 straight points have given them the lead at 10-9. Pass down low, intercepted by Hope, and now Hope playing with a little bit more enthusiasm on defense. Early on, Hope shooting 38%, Marian at 50%, and Hope's had 4 more shots in this game, but Hope has yet to connect on a 3. Hope was dynamite last year, first in the nation in field goal percentage and 3-point percentage, as Marian coughs it up. Hope on the run. Bellows wheels around free throw line, gets a seam, and lays it up and in. Good move by Bellows. Bellows averaging 10 minutes per game last year and averaged almost a half a point a minute, which are pretty good numbers. Full-timer, she might have been in a double figure zone. She might be a full-timer this season, as Leah almost came up with a steal as Riley Woodson checks in, the sophomore out of Magnum, Oklahoma, for the Marian University Knights. And a foul on Hope in the backcourt. Taryn Maynard, a freshman, picks up the malfeasance. 12-9, Hope College with an 8-point run. So glad to have you along on the Hope Sports Network with Alan Babbitt. I'm Mike Coleman. Trapped right elbow. Spin move inside, shot rejected as King went up for the move, and Hope fans thought there was a clean block, but not to be had. Courtney Lee picks up the foul. First personal on Courtney Lee for the Flying Dutch. That is their 4th. Now it matches Marian's totals in the foul department. Marian will go to the line. Chelsea King had a solid season last year as she misses the first. Freshman last year, Averaged almost 10 points a game, third on the team. As Lee checks out. And Lily Miller checks in, the sophomore out of Mona Shores High School for the Flying Dutch, wearing number 14, the 6'2 sophomore. Second free throw is up, and the second free throw is good. That breaks the 8-point Hope College run. 3-point launch. Off front rim, no good. Running rebound by King. She wants to press the pace over the timeline into the forecourt. And we get a double dribble. She was triple teamed by 3 white jerseys. Turnover, Marian, and the turnovers are adding up for the Sabres. That is their 4th in this contest.
Glad to be back. Sorry, when you're a sports information director and you don't set up the live stats right, you got to get to work. So glad to be back and glad to see Hope in the lead.
So in Hope, instead of wearing 13 hats tonight, Mr. Babbitt wearing 14, but absolutely the nice run by Hope. 3-point on the way. Too strong. Rebound try by Williams, and she comes up with a in between 4 Hope jerseys. Marian looks like they like to push the pace a little bit, Alan Babbitt, as we get another travel call.
Well, and I think it's wise on Coach Ward's part. If you're facing a young team that hasn't played a lot together, you want to test them, push them, see how they respond, how they react, and this is valuable education for this up-and-coming Hope women's basketball team.
Well, we're seeing some different substitutions this year. It was 5 for 5 last year, and now we're seeing a little bit more individualistic method by Brian Morehouse. Good kick, top of the key. And trying to get a step topside is Taryn Maynard, the freshman out of Grand Rapids, Michigan.
Yep, just a little quick feet there. Again, that's one of those things with experience she'll get better at and is going to help this ball club.
This will be the 6th home game of the 9 non-conference scheduled games in this campaign. Breakbush back in the game, the point guard for Marian. Good move, topside, throws up a wild hook shot, no good, but the offensive rebound on the strong side by Williams. Misses the mark, good rebound by Miller as she pulls down the carom. Kearns faked the pass, good slay of hand. Topside, open look 3 ball, short. And Hope College is yet to find the mark on the 3-point launch.
Yeah, unfortunately we saw this with the men's exhibition against Chicago last week, where just that 3-point shot, just getting their legs, but I think keeping the attack in the basket, getting inside will help Hope hopefully open up the shots and get those 3-pointers falling.
Garner back in the ball game. Keegan Kaiser back in for Hope College, as well as Carl Bloom. As Brian Morehouse substituting quite frequently here on this Thursday night in the season opener.
Well, I think too for Brian, he's finding out about this team. What combinations work? What ones do we need to reevaluate, and finding what works there.
Good look inside. Good ball motion by Marian as Bartol hits the basket. And I think it can be said, Alan, that I really don't think they had an idea what the starting 5 was going to be a couple days ago. I don't think they were made up.
Yeah, you're just, and there's nothing like playing competition. They've had some scrimmages and such, but until you face real live competition, it's hard to know what is going to work best for your basketball team.
Marian with the foul, and that will send Sydney Viss to the line. She knocks down the free throw. Viss, really solid freshman campaign out of South Christian. She stepped right in and averaged almost 6 points a game. Very aggressive off the bench as that one misses. She reminded us of a little bit of Sydney Muller from a couple years ago. Physical player, does a lot of things well.
Yeah, very fearless too.
Euro step by Williams down low. Shot affected just a little bit defensively, and now Hope trying to press the pace as Kaiser trying to work it down low. Good pump fake by Viss on the corner. Dump inside. Miller with a left-hander. Ping-pongs went in.
Good touch there and a great entry pass to find an open Miller.
First basket in the Hope uniform for Lily Miller. And Hope extends the lead to 15-12. They were down in this game 9-4. And another turnover by Marian as that Hope defense forces a TO.
Yeah, good denial there by Lily Miller, making Riley Woodson, who's made some really good passes so far today, made her make an errant one, and Hope gets the ball back with a chance to extend their lead.
2:25 left in the first as Woodson checks out. I like the cut of Woodson's jib, the sophomore forward from Mangum, Oklahoma for Marian. She shows good court awareness. This with a drive, no good. Miller trying to be active on the offensive board. How about that crashing the board by the young freshman Miller?
Yeah, that's what you love to see as a freshman. As you're figuring out the game, one of the things you can always do no matter what is rebound.
and play defense. Scoring comes and goes, but Hope always so proud of their defense. Good ball motion on the perimeter. Garner trying to goes in with a slashing left hand. No, too strong. And Miller once again in the fray in the offensive board. We got a tie up.
Yeah, unfortunately that ball just kind of was a little bit loose and she had to drop it, and Marian was able to swoop in and get a tie up and get possession.
Both teams shooting quite similar. Hope at 44% to 40 for Marian, but Hope's taking 6 more field goal attempts. And just 1 3-pointer in this game. That one courtesy of the Sabres. That was Vogel's. Inside 2 minutes remaining, 17 on the shot clock. Stop, pop, good look, no go. Offensive rebound, Marian. Stolen away by this. Carbloom quickly on the other end. Good kick out, good ball motion. 3-ball,
there
yes.
It is. Great ball movement there, and Sydney Viss with a big 3 from the wing, and Hope's up 6.
35% three-point shooter from the long line last year. See the ball to go in the basket. Maybe that'll open things up. 3-ball response on the corner pocket, and a nice basket by the Sabres on the far side.
Alex Ponte with a big shot from the corner.
Second 3-point ball of the night for Marian. Another 3-ball launch. That one skips off. Fighting for that board. Maybe getting away from the foul is Keegan Kaiser, but she knocks it out of bounds. It'll be Marian basketball.
1:06 left in this first quarter. Been a very up and down first quarter. Very good game so far.
First meeting all time between these two programs. There is a Marian University in Indiana. This is a little bit different. As Marian in the blue and black. 3-point. High arcer, too strong. Strong side rebound by Carbloom. She averaged 2.5 boards last year. Kick out once again. Carbloom from deep downtown, and she fills it.
Great pass deep inside from Kaiser. Find Carbloom at the top of the wing, and she has never turned down that open look.
It's not often you see a freshman leading their ball club like she did last year in 3-point percentage, but that's exactly what she did. And now working baseline, down mid-post, good motion and good rejection. Carbloom doing it all on both ends of the court. Here come the Dutch streaking. Garner checks it up. Cross-court pass. Kick in the corner. Rainbow 3, yes!
And Carson just returns the favor to Keegan, finds her in front of the Marian bench, and Hope's going to take a 9-point lead into the second quarter.
My goodness, it was 9-4 Marian, and all of a sudden Hope turns the tide with a hefty set of offense in the last couple of minutes. We'll step aside. Second quarter coming up. It's Hope 24, Marian 15. This is the Hope College Sports Network.
Ladies and gentlemen.
My name is Megan Bigelow, and during my time there, I was on the Hope women's soccer team. I decided to choose Hope because of the opportunity to be involved in multiple things. I didn't want to go somewhere where I was just a number in the field. I was able to double major, experience both a business academic load as well as economics. I loved the opportunity to really get to know my professors. Hope exceeded my expectations.
I'm Nate Bauman. As an invested community partner, we're proud to help share Hope's stories of transformational impact.
It's no secret. The best way to learn about Hope College is to spend time on our campus. The Hope admissions team invites you to a personalized visit experience you won't forget. Located in downtown Holland, Michigan, our historic campus is close to shopping and dining and just 10 minutes from Lake Michigan. We invite you to check out our campus tour options or sign up for an online tour with the Hope admissions office. There's never been a better time to see Hope College. Visit us at hope.edu/admissions. The River.
As we get set for the second quarter, Hope College goes on a 20-6 run to close out the first frame, and they lead by 9, 24-15. Alan Babbitt, what are you seeing in the stat sheet so far?
Well, certainly, for Hope, I think obviously hitting those threes late, get their offense going, good movement. Those shots were in rhythm, so that was good to see. They're down 2 on the rebounds. Marian's done a nice job with rebounding, but obviously if you make shots, the other team can't rebound, so that certainly helps. And looking at the shot chart, Hope's got even inside and outside. That's ideal for a basketball game.
And you had mentioned that early on, if the outside shot wasn't falling, they tried to not force it, they tried to work their way inside, and it's been effective. So Hope's hit 3 out of their last 4 3-pointers. Here's another 3-ball on the way. That one skirts off, and Williams with a carom.
Great look, though, for Maynard. That shot did everything but roll in.
Absolutely. We've seen a couple cone swirlers tonight. Stuck in the backcourt is Williams. Tremendous defense and an offensive foul, and give credit to Lauren Leach with a good defensive stick-to-itiveness.
Yeah, the Angola Indiana product was swarming and then maintained her position and drew the charge.
Leach, the 5'9" sophomore, doing things on the defensive side of the court. Hope gave up very few points last year, just over 50 in that 26-3 season. Here's Leach, gives it to her teammate. Good look as a rim rider off the front. And Williams, who was the leading rebounder last year, with another rebound. Good dish down low. Nice fast break by the Sabres.
Yeah, found Chelsea King, and a great pass, and Chelsea knew what to do with it.
Williams to King, top 2 scorers from last year, working well together. And another drive down low. Good penetration by the Flying Dutch as Bellows takes it to the rack for 2.
Actually, I think that was Maynard. Yeah, Maynard.
You are correct.
That's a great drive. I think her first basket with the Flying Dutch as well.
Maynard connects, extends the lead to 9. Good Euro step down low, picking up her miss is King. Check that Bartol, and she cleans up the mess and knocks it down for her second basket of the day.
Yeah, Marian continued to rebound hard. It's helping them stay in the game.
Deep 3-ball off the side rim by Leach. Offensive board, fighting it down low and taking a shot is Chloe Brunsberg, the freshman out of Chaska, Minnesota. And we're seeing a lot of newbies getting some action in this game for the Flying Dutch.
And I'll have to do some research as sports information director. I don't remember the last time we had a women's basketball player from the state of Minnesota, so I'm going to have to dig up that trivia.
Well, we talked about it in the past, Alan, about Hope does not normally face even teams in Minnesota very often. Football team last year played the University of Northwestern. That was on the road. As the free throws are down, good looking free throw stroke by Brunsberg, who picks up her first 2 points in a uniform. Not too many from Minnesota indeed. Here's Marian with the offense. Bartol gives it in the corner. Now Williams behind the back with the razzle and the dazzle. Hope picking up the defensive pressure. Working baseline. Bartol tries to bank window. Strong side rebound by Maynard, the freshman.
Good defense by Leach there to force a tough shot. Unfortunately for the Flying Dutch, an errant pass, and the Sabres will be heading back up with the ball.
But I like the aggressiveness of Hope trying to force the pace. I get the feeling that Hope, even though they're young, they might be a little bit deeper off the bench as far as being able to run, but we shall see. Here's Breakbush. She's going to be a good ball player. The junior is the floor general for the Sabres, and now the Sabres bothered on the wings big time. Breakbush down low, tries to force up a left-hander. Another good bit of defense by Leach.
Leach did a great job just holding her position, having her arms up.
Yeah, she really did.
Now on the drive, Brunsberg draws the foul, and it's good to, that's the thing, especially early in this season, if you're on the court, you have an opportunity to show Coach Morehouse, I can be trusted, and that's a good start for Chloe there, getting back to the foul line.
And I'm glad you made that point up, Alan, as the foul is on Breakbush. You've got a team last year, we had 5 starters, kind of the top 10 really set in stone for the most part. There could be a lot of shifting around as we evolve through the season.
Yeah, certainly, and it may come up, some of it may be used on who's best for which matchup and who you're facing, or who can't be left off the court. That's big. Well, and certainly if you make free throws like Chloe Brunsberg just did, that'll certainly help your cause.
2 free throws by the youngster, and the first time that Hope College has had a double-digit lead, as they were down 9-4, in case you just joined us, high off the window, kind of a wild shot on the far side, and another rebound by the Dutch. They have controlled the boards in the last 5 minutes of this game, almost throwing it away, but saving it. 3-point shot is short. High carom off the rim and hauled down by Williams. Boy, she is a rebound magnet, almost 10 per game last year. Perpendicular in the key. Lobs it out. Far wing. Feet inside. Stuffed on the down low by Brunsberg, the freshman from Chaska, Minnesota.
Great anticipation there. Got her hand in the right spot.
Brunsberg, little funky shot. She knocked over a defender and almost like in a Heisman position, launched it up with a 6-foot baseline.
Good job there. She could have frozen after not having a call, whether a charge or a block. Had good shooting form and buried the jumper.
Brunsberg with 6 off the bench. How about that? Turnover, Marian. Hope College opening things up. As in for the ballgame is Riley Woodson, the sophomore for Marian, and Courtney Lee back in for the Flying Dutch.
We're going to get a timeout here. Looking like we'll see if it's a 30 full timeout. So we'll take a short break and be back with the rest of the second quarter here on the Hope Sports Network.
In a Hope Forward model, every student who comes through the doors of Hope College would have their tuition 100% covered.
My name is Meg Morehouse. I'm a senior this year, and I'm studying physical education and health. I am on the women's basketball team. We won the national championship when I was a junior. It was unbelievable. The education department at Hope allowed me to realize my passion about teaching. Anytime I get to go into a classroom and work with students, I just get really excited. My goal when I graduate would be to be a middle school physical education and health teacher. Hope does an amazing job of preparing their students for what is to come in the future.
As an invested community partner, LVZ is proud to help share Hope stories of transformational impact.
Back with you on this Thursday night, 6:29 remaining in the second quarter. Hope College with a 32-19 lead. I'm Mike Coleman, along with Sports Information Director for Hope College, Alan Babbitt. And we saw the last advertisement, Meg Morehouse, a vital part of that championship season 2 years ago. And those good feelings take a long time to fade away as we still revel in that, do we not?
Certainly down, and she's certainly they take long. She's down here cheering on her teammates and her dad, of course.
Good look inside. Sydney Visk converts on the layup. Good paint score. Kate Majerus, the fifth-year senior last year, graduated on that coaching staff too as part of that championship team from a couple of years ago. It was a shot off the mark. Offensive board Williams. She's been active in that category. Trying to fill that one, no good, and a rebound by Courtney Lee. Hope trying to push it. Good look in the corner. Carl Bloom, arcing rainbow, just misses it. Williams with another rebound. Good rebounder. She can really handle the rock, taking it to the other side. How about that? 94 feet stem to
just
stern.
Composed and knows what to do, and did a great drive there, strong, and buried the layup.
4 points for Williams, 13.5 last year to lead the Sabres. Hope still up comfortably by 13 at the moment. This trying to make her move. She draws contact on the baseline. I think that's going to be on Williams, and it is.
Yep, and that's her third foul. That's big for the Flying Dutch. Good job by Sydney Weiss recognizing the situation and being able, hey, that's the best way to get Kiara Williams off the court, is have her, pick up that third foul.
So there are 3 players on the Sabres roster that have 2 or more fouls. Look inside. Rebound by Alex Ponte, the junior out of Northbrook, Illinois. The Sabres just need to get out of this turnover rhythm they've been in, and another turnover, as that is their 10th of the night.
Yeah, especially early in the season, especially with young teams, even Marian with their experience back young, sometimes you get going just a little too fast. You want to push it, but you don't want to take yourself out of rhythm, and possessions can be precious, especially, when you're trailing early.
And they really can, and for young players, it takes a while for the game to slow down for them. Sometimes it moves pretty fast. Hope with the basketball. Garner, nice look inside. Jada Garner, the junior, with her first basket on a nifty move.
So quick. She can just sprint by you before you even bat an eye.
I think she's one of those players that could really turn the table for Hope College this year. Expected to be the floor general and the floor leader from that point guard position. Picks up her first basket. And the biggest lead of the night for Hope at 36-21. And now we got a Hope malfeasance in the backcourt.
First foul of the second quarter, and that was obviously a foul. What I've been impressed with Hope defensively, especially when Marian has been getting to the basket, is they're not reaching. keeping the arms straight up, being sound. It's when you start reaching that you can pick up fouls pretty quickly.
Yeah, excellent point. Like we mentioned, Hope prides itself on bringing the strong defense every night. Breakbush with the underhand scoop and score. That was a nice move, and she lost Garner for 2.
Yeah, she kind of returned the favor to Jade on that one. A great shake and bake.
Big arcer misses everything. Open look, no go. Off the arm of Keegan Kaiser. And taking it the other way is Brianna Gulig, the sophomore out of Mount Calvary, Wisconsin. 3-ball on the way, filling that one and dropping it down as Lila Bartol.
All my time from Hope College, every Wisconsin team, they are fearless from the three-point line. They are not afraid to shoot deep.
I think it might be a state law or something. Absolutely true. Carl Bloom tries to respond. Her three-pointer is short, and the running rebound stolen away by Garner, working it down low. Tried to bank one home. Offensive board put back by this. No. Lee, third time, is it a charm? No, but Lee's going to go to the line as she draws contact down low.
Good job, I hope. They're keeping at it, keeping on the glass. And, you know, 3 different players got rebounds on that shot. That's ideal. That means you're crashing the boards.
Looking at the offensive rebound department, Hope with 6 and Marian with 5, but it does not seem like that. It seems like Hope has really dominated on the offensive end as we've got a timeout. And that's a 30 seconds. We'll keep it right here. So, Alan, quickly about the tip-off tournament. Hope College with a breather tomorrow before they play Wisconsin-Platteville on Saturday. Kind of a new wrinkle, is that, in the tournament setup?
Yeah, unfortunately, they were supposed to be a 4-team tournament, as they usually are, but we had an opponent that had to back out, and so they needed to go over 3 days. Kind of convenient though. Tomorrow, Wisconsin, Platteville, and Marian will meet down the road at the Holland Civic Center as Hope College is hosting the MIAA finals or semifinals in volleyball. The Flying Dutch ranked 3rd in the nation and eyeing a second national title. Good postseason start tomorrow here. 7 o'clock for Hope and versus Adrian, and then 4:30 for Calvin and Albion. So some great volleyball, and then back here on Saturday for basketball, 1 o'clock here at DeVos Fieldhouse. Hope in Wisconsin, Platteville.
A lot going on for Hope College athletics this weekend. And opening basketball season is always pretty exciting with the expectations and see who kind of rises to the top and develops on these rosters as the first one skips out for Courtney Lee.
Well, and the thing is, for Hope, you're going to get your opponent's best no matter what. And no matter if you got new starters and new players, they see Hope in the jersey, and it raises the level, raises the stakes.
Lee splits a pair. Alan, were you a little surprised maybe Hope comes into preseason play ranked 21st in the nation for such a young team?
Oh, certainly, but I think that's a well-earned reputation of Coach Morehouse and this program that people just assume Hope's going to be good, but Hope's going to have to prove that the national ranking is correct.
As a wide open 3-ball by Viss after the miss by Marian on the other end, but Hope comes back defensively. Look, how about that? Viss misses the shot, but stuck to it on the defensive side of things. Never giving up on a play. Corner pass, feeding inside, low post to Lee, double team down low. She has the ball stripped away. And a good play by Marian as King came away with the
experienced play there from Chelsea, recognizing the anticipation, and Courtney did not see it.
King, the second leading scorer last year, and showing some good defensive strategy on that one. Breakbush over to Woodson. 9 to shoot. Dragged the pivot foot in the key as Lee all over her.
Now we're going to get a line shift change for Hope as we get Chloe Brunsberg back in, Hannah Kurtz, Lauren Leach as well, and Olivia Bellows. And let's look.
And Maynard
back in there. So Brian Morehouse has never found a line change he doesn't like. So
he'd be a good hockey coach too, wouldn't he, Alan?
He would.
So our first time we've seen the 5-person rotation on this opening night.
Of course, we're glad here at Hope he's a basketball coach for sure.
Exactly. I'm sure he'd probably do very well in the hockey realm, but we'll stick with basketball. 3-ball misses too strong, and the rebound on the strong side by Nowak out of Mayville, Wisconsin, a freshman. Gives it to King topside, being hounded defensively by Leach. Plenty of shot clock for Marian. Hope up by 11. And the tip away by Hope will keep it on Marian's end with 2:14 to play until halftime.
Noelle Vogels enters the game for the Sabres.
And we're seeing a lot of fresh faces for the Sabres tonight as well. Just weren't certain what to expect. And a travel call. The 14th turnover by Marian.
Both teams shooting about the same right now. Hope 38.9% from the field. Marian 37%. Hope's outscoring Marian at the line 6-3, which is helping.
Certainly is. It always does. Moving it around the perimeter are the Flying Dutch. Good ball motion with 17 to shoot. Leach gets it down low. Pump faking the three. Left elbow. Lehner just rims off. And another offensive rebound try by Hope. It's going to stay with Hope's side of things.
Yeah, good hustle there. Good look from Maynard. That, again, she's had some balls that have just kind of rimmed out. Maybe they're not used to her shots yet. These rims at DeVos Fieldhouse will hopefully find her liking, I'm sure, very soon.
Inbounding it will be Roback for the Flying Dutch. Over to Brunsberg. Now they swinging around the far side, trying to shake and bake as Bellows went off her foot, but Hope saves it. Here's a long ball, short. Hope getting some good looks though beyond the arc, just have not been able to knock a few down.
Yeah, 3 of 20 now. Same number of makes as Marian has, but Marian just attempted 6. Marian's still trying to get the ball, inside, but Hope has still made 4 more field goals than the Sabres, and that has them out to an 11-point lead here with 1.5 left in the first half.
Lily Miller checks in for the Flying Dutch, the sophomore, Norton Shores, Michigan product, Mona Shores High School graduate, getting some valuable minutes in this opening half. Open look from downtown, and filling that one is Bartol, the junior out of Princeton, Wisconsin, with her second triple of the evening.
Important possession here at Hope, coming down the first half. Want to finish strong and maybe convert here to extend the lead.
20, a three-point try on the way. The rainbow is filled by Olivia Bellows.
Good look there. Found her open on the wing, and Olivia very fearless from the three-point line as well.
33% shooter last year, and she knocks down her first triple try. Hope extends the lead by 11. Always want to finish strong in the last couple minutes, and now a little bang bang down low as Bellows with a hip check. That'll be a foul on Bellows.
Just the 3rd foul of the quarter though, and that's big. Hope playing sound defense instead of sending Marian to the line. They still have to get a possession here to try to earn a bucket.
Yes, they certainly are. Inside a minute remaining until halftime. We'll have the stats on the recap of the first half coming up at halftime. We'll tell you what's going on in the MIAA. Maybe look at the prognostication for the season. Tie-up basketball. Good defense once again by Maynard, the freshman. And the possession area will favor the Flying Dutch.
Very encouraging to see how engaged the young players are for Hope defensively. That is a foundation that if you have that, you can build on that and then work on some of the other things. So some good defense here from Hope early.
I stand corrected. Marian will keep the basketball, but I like the poise that the freshmen have showed so far in this first half. They don't look rattled. They just look like they're playing within their means. Not trying to do too much. As Marian having trouble inbounding, they finally do to King. Plenty of time to shoot at 12. Good scoop shot, missing the mark, and Bellows with the carom. Stutter step, shaking and baking in the key. They kick it out. Now they work it near side. Kearns with a good ball motion as they work at top of the key. Kearns down low, kicks it out to her teammate Bellows. So unselfish of the Flying Dutch, and the 3-ball on the way, rewarded by a Brunsberg triple.
Great ball movement, making that extra pass to get the open look, and Chloe buries it from the wing.
And that's really been a trademark, as the shot on the way closes out the first half. But that's always been a trademark, Alan, of a Morehouse team, always making that extra pass and the unselfishness.
Yeah, it's critical to winning basketball to make that open shot, because if you do it and you're doing it well collectively, then you're the one going to be on the receiving end more often than not, and that was that case there.
Well, good stuff by the Flying Dutch in the first game of the season here at home on this Thursday night. 43-29, the Flying Dutch over the Sabres of Marian, University of Wisconsin. Alan and I will take a timeout. We'll be back in a little bit. We'll look at those numbers of the first half. Thanks for listening to the Hope Sports Network.
I applied to the Hope Forward program mainly like on a whim, but what really made me interested in it and like what interested my whole family in it, it's generosity based, and that is not something that you will ever find in higher ed.
A scholarship is more like, I see you've earned this, you did academics well, you're really good at sports, like I'm just gonna give you this money, and you'll lose it if you don't meet a certain criteria. And the Hope Forward gift is saying, we're gonna give it to you with the expectation that you're gonna turn around and be generous to the next generation.
Such a big beauty, and especially to me, about Hope Forward is it's so gospel-centered. I think that's the same with our walk with Jesus, is there's a sense of we are given to give.
It allows me to focus a lot more and really listen to what God wants me to do.
I get to jump into nursing, hopefully debt-free, because of Hope Forward. If I hadn't received such a wonderful gift of this tuition, I would have to be a lot more tuition focused, whereas I've been given this gift of focusing on the people around me, the experiences around me, and getting to dive deeper into the things in the here and now instead of the how am I going to pay for this later.
I'm going into physical therapy, so that means 3 more years of grad school after Hope, but it's expensive. I was considering the military to pay for undergrad and then obviously graduate school because there was no way I could have done it.
I look at every class as it being a gift because someone is paying for my tuition, so that's all the classes that I'm attending. I focus on what's happening in that class and the gift that I'm given to learn these things.
It serves as a very reminder of what the gospel is so true about, in that we give because we have received first, and I think that has changed my outlook on people. It has changed my outlook on college. It's not just taking, but it also, I think, has changed my outlook on who I serve and being outward focused.
I didn't have to choose another career that would pay me more and that wouldn't make me as happy into going into social work.
At first, I was just trying to be part of a soccer team, and that was pretty much it. But by being involved in Hope Forward, it allowed me to think, I got into the team, and what's next? Like, how can I give back to this community?
I really like the cohort experience. We always say this, and like I truly believe this. We are one of the most diverse group of students here on campus.
We are definitely very different, and that's really cool to see.
Just the community of Hope Forward and the people that are in it, a small group of people that are all very interested in making a huge difference in the world, and to have those people to go out into the world with.
It's crazy to think, and I would have never thought that I would be sitting in freshman year thinking, oh well, I can't wait to give back to such a program. And I think that is so true to the heart of Hope Forward, is we don't give because we have to. I think we give because we want to, and we give because we've been given.
I really want to be able to help support college students. It doesn't feel like a burden in any kind of way. I'm excited about it and show them that generosity that has been shown to me. I want them to go to college debt-free.
So I'll get to jump into my career and just continue to provide for the Hope Forward program to help other students do the same thing.
I think it's just like living in a generosity mindset, right? A lifestyle of generosity. Because Hope Forward has been such a part of my hope journey, I've learned like I can be generous with my time. I can be generous with my financial resources. I can be generous with just listening. Like, it changes the way you live your life. You can be yourself, and it's amazing. It's a mindset shift.
The Custer Insurance Agency is a proud sponsor of Hope Athletics.
Whether you're building your dream home, buying a fixer-upper, or downsizing, the process can feel overwhelming. Let the local team at Lighthouse Title help the closing process be one less worry. Just ask your real estate professional or lender to close at Lighthouse Title. To learn more about how we're involved in our 35 communities or to ask us any questions about the process, visit us online at lighthousetitle.net.
Welcome to the 2023 Catalyst Summit.
This is Malcolm Gladwell.
Thank you. And when I look at what is happening here at this school, in this community, it's actually far more of a revolution than you may give yourself credit for.
What's going to differentiate you in the fullness of time is the content of your character and the courage you have to bring to the situation.
The obstacle was getting people to believe that change was possible.
If one person invests time, energy, and resources in the trajectory of another person, change their life forever.
And in getting to know them individually and a group, they have brightened my heart and spirit as to the future of young people at Hope College.
It's like the biggest investment and trust a college can give to a student. And when a 17 or 18-year-old is invested by that much, I feel like it changes your daily life.
The work in this exhibit represents the lived experiences and future impact of 58 incredible people.
Very late night.
Yeah, very late.
Yeah,
very late night at 7 o'clock.
Yes, that's right.
Something about being on the receiving end of being told you are worthy. This is a pure gratuity, and all we are asking is that you consider what it is to respond to this kind of grace later in life to future generations. And I was like, what this really is like it's immediately creating a multi-generational community.
College is priceless, but it's way too expensive. I think the crazy thing is that no one is really doing anything to really solve that puzzle.
It is one of those wonderful ideas that people are going to try and politicize it, but it's non-politicizable.
Why not 30 years from now, this is the norm?
My name is Meg Morehouse. I'm a senior this year, and I'm studying physical education and health. I am on the women's basketball team. We won the national championship when I was a junior. It was unbelievable. The education department at Hope allowed me to realize my passion about teaching. Anytime I get to go into a classroom and work with students, I just get really excited. My goal when I graduate would be to be a middle school physical education and health teacher. Hope does an amazing job of preparing their students for what is to come in the future.
As an invested community partner, LVZ is proud to help share Hope stories of transformational impact.
In our popular mythology, revolutions happen in Silicon Valley, right? But no, the revolution happened here.
I think we are starting a revolution. It's coming from a very strong sense of who we are.
It's immediately creating a multi-generational community.
There's something magical happens when you shift from being a payer to being a giver.
Hope Forward has 58 students, I think, today-ish. You know, when we started in '94, we had 47. It's doable. What they're trying to do is doable. Getting people to believe early on is the hardest part.
It has given people a sense of belonging to a cause greater than themselves.
This can happen. This is possible, and we need each of you to be brand ambassadors for this initiative.
We're all aware of the crisis in American education. There are other crises as well that I think are linked to it. The second is the crisis facing our young people, the mental health crisis. And the third crisis is the crisis in our church. And when I look at what is happening here at this school, in this community, I see it as not just addressing the first of those crises, but all three of them.
The students are incredible, and the idea is incredible. Why not 30 years from now, this is the norm?
I've said this a million times, but who better than a place called Hope to run toward things that to the world look hopeless?
With Alan Babbitt, Sports Information Director at Hope College, I'm Mike Coleman on this Thursday night. 43-29, Hope College with the lead over Marian University out of Wisconsin. As we look at the numbers in this first half coming up at halftime, and Alan, you know, we had a lot of players rotate in and out of the games. I see, looking at the stats briefly, that Hope had tremendous balance as far as the scoring, but looking at the numbers, what do you see in that first half?
Yeah, I mean, outscoring Marian 25-0 from the bench. That is very encouraging for the Flying Dutch, just to get as many people as you can involved. Really, I think over the years, Hope's been its best when multiple people are involved. It's people coming off the bench. I mean, Chloe Brunsberg, a freshman, leading with 9 points in 5.5 minutes is huge. Sydney Viss, a starter, 8 points. Olivia Bellows is there with 7. That's, you know, it's that kind of edge turns a game where you're down 10 into being up 10 because you're outscoring your opponent off the bench. 14 points to 2 off turnovers is huge. That means Hope's defense is engaged and getting after Marian and pressuring them. Marian led by Lila Bartol with 10 points. I think in the second half, you watching Kiara Williams, she has 3 fouls, but 6 points and already 10 rebounds. Very active on the glass and a very dangerous player. I'm looking for Flying Dutch. Raven Jemison got early foul trouble, only 2 minutes before picking up 2 fouls. So hoping to seeing her a little bit more longer. I mean, her length and size on the interior is big, pardon the pun, for the Flying Dutch.
And I think that with Jemison picking up those 2 personals, it might have been tough in the first half for Brian Morehouse to kind of run with his starters to see what a natural flow would be, but that's what happens when you pick up 2 off the bat.
Well, and as we know, during a basketball season, you're going to come across games like that where you're going to lose somebody that you didn't want, so it's a good experience. Okay, we have to adjust on the fly, and certainly Coach Morehouse and his staff, associate head coach Courtney Cust and assistant coach Collie Carlson and Austin Randall, this is not a new thing for them. They know how to deal with adversity and put the Flying Dutch in position to succeed.
And I think if you're the coaching staff for Hope College, I think you would have been very pleased with the fact that Hope only committed 5 turnovers in that first half for a young squad.
Yeah, when they got down early 9-4, they didn't rattle and ended up outscoring Marian 39-20 the rest of the half. And so that's absolutely critical for Hope to maintain that composure. And before we restart play, wanted to give a good shout out to our anchor partners here and sponsors here at Hope College. Could not do what we do on the live stream and everywhere for our student athletes and teams. LVZ Financial Planning, Holland Board of Public Works, the Lighthouse Title Group, Michigan ENT and Allergy Specialists, and Edward Jones, the office run by Scott Jungling, a former Hope Flying Dutchman basketball player, staying connected and providing some meaningful support to his alma mater. So thanks to all those anchor sponsors, and looking forward to an exciting second half here at DeVos Fieldhouse.
And proud sponsors indeed. We want to thank you so much for checking into the Hope Sports Network, and such a variety of sports that this network covers. Like Alan mentioned, we've got volleyball tournament this weekend, and Hope College flying in all cylinders in that department. Next Tuesday, we got men's basketball taking on the Manchester Spartans out of Indiana, and Manchester in action tonight in Alma, I believe.
Yes, at home, excuse me, at Manchester.
Yes. Thank you. And Manchester up by 12 over Alma in men's action when last we checked. So that's going to be a tough test for the Flying Dutchman as they open up their season right here on Tuesday.
Same starters for Hope: Carl Bloom, Garner, Kaiser, Viss, and Jemison.
And it looks to be the same starters for Marian as well, as the drive by Viss falls a little short. Good defense as Williams, no surprise, with another rebound, her 11th of the night. King tried to making some hay down low. Good recovery and a turnaround jumper from 4. 43-31, first basket of the second half is by the Marian University Sabres. 59 points per game last year with a very young squad as 2 freshmen led them in scoring. Lob inside Jemison trying to get into the flow of the game. Off the window with the left hand. Good move by the senior.
Yeah, that's great job just being strong and going attacking the basket. And then an easy layup, and Raven gets a big bucket for the Flying Dutch, her first points of the game.
And her first field goal attempt of the game. So the lone senior of the starters picks up a basket. 45 and Marian 31. Opening 70 seconds of this third quarter in front of a nice crowd here at DeVos. Jemison using that frame, just putting her hands right in the air to influence the shot as it stays on the Marian side of things. But being a tall player like that, Alan, she did not have to leap into the player, just used her frame.
That's a wise use of her body, and made the shot and turned it into a jump ball. And Flying Dutch next jump ball will get the possession.
Inside feet, good look as they just got it under the 5-second rule to inbound that. Oh, check, was that a violation? I believe it was.
Yeah, they had to get a quick shot, and they got the Hope forced the shot clock violation.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, did not even notice the shot clock whittled down to a half a second. Thank you, Alan Babbitt. 8:32 remaining in the third quarter. Garner distributes, baseline, hook pass, intercepted, and on the run, trying to take it down the length of the court. And King too strong in the layup, and the sophomore out of Wisconsin Rapids a little bit too industrious on that, and Viss lowers his shoulder, and she draws contact. I think that could have gone either way as Breakbush got the worst of that. Now a chance for Viss to go to the line for a 3-point opportunity.
Just moving just enough to draw the block, but you're right. That's one of those ones, if you get the call, you love it. If you don't, you hate it.
You bet.
But great job by Cindy attacking the rim on the break, and opportunity for a 3-point play.
And she does her job. The sophomore, 5'10", out of South Christian High School. Very physical player. She really gives you a lot of beef down low as far as physicality and being able to influence the defense. Williams drips one in the corner. 3-point launch. Her teammate misses it on the far side as that one skirts off, and Viss with the carom.
Ooh, 4th foul for Kiara Williams. That's big for Hope. That was one of those ones you just want her to let it go so that she can stay on the court longer, but Flying Dutch get a break early in this second half.
And that is not what Marian wanted in the opening minutes of the third quarter as Brianna Gulig checks in, the sophomore out of Mount Calvary, Wisconsin, and Williams checks out with 6 points and 11 boards. This with a dribble, works it to Carl Bloom as they work it free throw line to Jemison, going up with the left hand. That one pongs off. Good look. Can't fault the effort on that one.
No, Raven keeps doing that more often. Those are going to fall.
Bartold tries to feed down low, tipped away by the Hope defense. It'll stay with the Sabres.
Good job by Keegan Kaiser there. Good anticipation of what they were going to try to do with a long pass and knocked it away.
Keep those hands up in the passing lane and maybe influence it, and that's what Hope did. Lob pass top side for the Sabres as they lob it on the far side. Long look by King. Good look, no go. King at 26% last year from 3-point line. This is a team that struggled. Just 4 a game and 24% shooting as a team from deep. Between the legs, Viss, the forward, acting like a point guard. No good. Offensive rebound by Jemison. Working hard between 4 black jerseys and draws a foul.
Great effort there by Raven to get her hands on that loose basketball and drew a foul. Again, her size and quick reaction came into play there to help her out.
And Jemison getting her first extended minutes, you would think, this year as a starter for sure. Now that we know she is a starter, she averaged 8 minutes a game last year after her first 2 seasons where she would come in sparingly. but a chance to really use that height as she goes up and over with the left hand for another basket off the sweet kiss off the window.
Yeah, she probably was frustrated as anyone to have to sit in that first half, and she's come out attacking on both ends of the court and paying dividends for the Flying Dutch. 2
baskets by Jemison as we have contact in the backcourt as Viss knocks down Gulig for the Sabres, and that's going to be on Sydney Viss. Second on Viss. In the first team foul of this third quarter as Viss gets a breather and mass substitutions. It's really tough to get all the players in when they come in at once.
Chloe Brunsberg back in for Hope. Looks like Taryn Maynard and Olivia Bellows as well. Again, I think Brian Morehouse using this to see different combinations and how different players react playing together.
And we have seen a lot of combinations, but I'm glad you brought that up. There's been numerous as another turnover by the Knights stepped on the sideline.
And I think one thing too, it's critical. It's not just a matter that you're trying combinations, but they're getting pressured. This Marian team is not backing down and scrappy and making Hope work, and that can only help your education, move forward.
Absolutely, yeah. Young ball club on both sides of the fence, and Marian showing the scrappiness. That'll pay dividends. You play hard. 3-pointer. And a membership bounce by Maynard, the freshman out of Jenison.
Now the Rims learn, hey, we got to like her shot. Great soft touch there by Taryn.
5 points by Maynard with their first 3 ball of the game, and that is the 6th of the night for the Flying Dutch to extend the lead 53-31. And now we've got contact in front of that Marian bench. Oh, we've got a timeout. We'll keep it right here as a 30-second timeout with 6:21 remaining in this third quarter as Hope College in the opening game of the season looking pretty strong after an interesting first 5 minutes or so in this basketball game, Alan.
Yeah, it certainly was, but again, I think it was good. If you can say ever getting down 9-4 is ever good. When you're playing your first game of the season, a little adversity just to make you test and make you sometimes, and it seems like Hope has done that, makes your focus. Okay, I got to focus just a little bit more, those little details, and that's what Hope's done. They've defended, they've rebounded, they've made the extra pass, and those are the things you like to see out of a first game, from a team as this game has progressed.
Yeah, it's tough start shooting too. I believe Hope was 1 for their first 6 from the field, and you hit a couple shots, you get some rhythm going on. But the passing and the ball motion has been good. Rebounding has been phenomenal. 8 offensive rebounds for the Flying Dutch.
In substitution, Courtney Lee and Lauren Leach in for Hope as well. Again, getting those different combinations on the court.
Sabres working it on the perimeter. Good denial near side by Lee down on the baseline defensively for Hope, and now changing direction. Double teamed as she tries to get a shot away as Ponte, and picking it up on the strong side as a Brunsberg rebound for Hope. Backing it up, Maynard. Working it to the sophomore Leach as they trade passes, and now Maynard, the freshman, working it top of the key. She looks very comfortable, the freshman out of Jenison, former Wildcat, now in the orange and blue. 8 on the shot clock. Pump fake by Maynard. Dishes it out to her teammate Brunsberg with a big rainbow. That one rolls out of bounds in front of the Hope bench. You can't fault the shot. Good possession. Good ball motion.
Yeah, that's an excellent shot. Good movement. Good job by Maynard. And those, again, over time, you're going to get knocked down and start knocking those shots down. But Flying Dutch still getting some good looks.
Hope shooting 43% in this one to 32 for Marian. Marian's trailed off a little bit after shooting 40% in the first quarter and part of the second. Hope's biggest lead of the night, 22. Good look inside, and Bartol misses the puppy. Rebound by Lee, who had a really promising first half for the Dutch. Hope on the move. Bellows, mid-post. Stutter step inside, fill it as it bounces and falls.
Levy has always been a scorer, whether it's from the perimeter. She loves to attack offensively, and a great move there to get an easy layup.
And the slashing guard, that is definitely her MO for sure, Ellen Babbitt. As Hope extends the lead to 24. Lee trying to go for the steal. Bartol lobs it over the defense. King tries a 3-ball, little flat on that one as the strong side rebound by Maynard. Deep down to Bellows. Back defensively nicely as Marian. 4:38 left in the third. Bellows inside, the slasher in the fill with the right hand.
Lake City product has come to play in this second half, and she's provided a big spark for Hope, extend the lead to 26.
Bellows in double figures now, 5 of 8 shooting, give her 11. And she was one of the wild card players, Alan, I thought that might really open things up offensively for her game and help her teammates this year, and this is her junior season. Gulick inside, nice kiss off the window, a little shake and bake action on the far side. That ends the Hope run. Marian, it's been a few minutes between baskets, still trail by 24. Looking baseline, no look, topside Bellows. Can she hit the three? That one good look off the mark to the side. And pushed out of bounds, it'll stay with the orange and blue.
Good position holding there by Leach. She couldn't get the rebound, but she kept the Marian player from being able to get it. Sometimes you don't have to get the rebound, but if you make the effort, you can keep the other team and the ball stays with you.
And that comes down to really good coaching, those situational plays where, like Alan said, you just don't get your hand on the pill, but you can influence a play. Swinging it around is Bellows. Over to Leach. Little give and go. Leach thought about the 3 ball. 7 to shoot. Hope still on the perimeter. Bellows trying to make something as she bounces one in the corner. 3 ball on the way. Good look, rims out. Good rebound by Woodson. As Marian clears. 26 3-point attempts for the Dutch tonight. Maybe a little bit more than we thought we'd see, but now we got to reach in. Thought to be good defense, but it looks like Bellows got caught in the cookie jar. Oh, check that. That's Maynard, the freshman, with the reach in.
Yeah, just caught a little bit of the arm as the Marian player extended there. Tough break for the Flying Dutch. Ball will go out underneath the basket for the Sabres.
Sabres playing a little compromise. 2 starters, Williams and Breakbush, each with 4 fouls. They're on the bench at the moment. Hope has nobody with more than 2 fouls. Steele trying to stretch it on the other end. Bellows coast to coast, and the layup makes it a 59-33 game. Rewarded with a steal, and Bellows putting on a display. She's got lucky 13. Opening night so far so good. Good look inside as Woodson gained a step on lead, just couldn't hit the puppy. Several misses in the paint for Marian, and a nifty move down low by Lauren Leach as she drops down. I believe that is her first basket of the game, and it is.
Yeah, great jump start by there. Again, being assertive and aggressive paid dividends for her.
Assertive indeed. Good description. Hope over the 60-point mark, 61 to be exact. Hope is down 9-4. They went on a 39-20 run to finish out the first half, and they have not looked back. They've shot very well in the second half. Good hand, steal by the Hope D. Leach, 4-on-1 break inside to Brunsberg, filling it with the underhand scoop. Complimentary basketball, Alan Babbitt. Defense helps the offense, and Hope opening things up.
Certainly, we're going to have to come up with a nickname for the Minnesota native. She is being really great on the break and is helping this basketball team off the bench in a big way.
It certainly is, and what I've really enjoyed in this basketball game is the balance. We figured there would be, because there's no few players that really were going to rise to the top, maybe take over the scoring, but as far as defense and scoring and passing, I think balance has been the adjective tonight.
And we're seeing some similarities with how Hope has played. There's some different skill sets on there than what we've had in the past few years, the last decade. But again, it's that multiple people involved, aggressive on defense, attacking the basket. Those are some things that we've come to know with Brian Morehouse coach teams.
Yeah, we sure have. While we have a moment here, the season actually started for MIAA teams last night. We had 2 finals. Adrian improved to 1-0 as they defeated Bluffton last night, 63-48. That was at Bluffton. And St. Mary's lost to Franklin College, 85-56. As you look at the prognostications, we talked about Trine and Hope guessing to finish 1 and 2, but Albion in the mix at 3. And how about Alma tied for 4th with Calvin for the preseason?
Yeah, this is I think a wide open, because of all the talent that was lost, a very wide open league, and it's going to be very interesting to see who rises to the top.
And an interesting wrinkle is Marian will inbound that MIAA teams don't play all their non-conference games before they move to MIAA play. It's just one of the quirks. Good move by King behind the back, cut off nicely, double teamed by the Hope D. And a nice tip away by Jana Garner. Garner is not giving you a lot of offense tonight, just 2 points, but that was a nifty defensive play.
Yeah, the thing with the league is you got to fit in a 9-team league versus 8, so you have to fit in some games, and then you throw in exams and Christmas, and they're having to play earlier than the men do. So just a little extra with having an extra team in the league.
And Alma will actually play Hope College in women's ball 3 times this year, because I believe Alma's in a holiday tournament later in the year. It will now count towards the MIAA standings, if I'm not mistaken.
They actually will play 2 other opponents. We will not play each other for that, but they will be here and play 2 games against the other 2. More of the classic format rather than a winner-loser meet on the second day.
Yeah, we see both from time to time, but more often the classic format, like Alan mentioned. 63-33 Hope College. Jemison with a whip pass near side, high arcer, another one halfway in the cylinder, and a good rebound by the freshman Woodson, or the sophomore, excuse me, for Marian as the Sabres trying to push the pace.
Mentioned Sydney Vish, her family doesn't mind if she's not playing tomorrow, because Hope will not play till Saturday. Is that Raven Jemison with a nice steal, but her brother Carson, a quarterback and football player in the South Christian football team, in the regional finals on Friday.
Big day tomorrow for the Sailors. Steal by Garner, and she takes it in. And I love those family relationships, how you've got different siblings in different sports, and that is absolutely true. So a big weekend for the Viss family, no doubt about it. Carson, a good basketball player in his own right as well. Here's King trying to get clearance. Quadruple team, but somehow got it to Pong in.
She's been very good. Most consistent player on the court, keeps attacking, and she's a bedrock for this Marian team.
7 points by the sophomore out of Wisconsin Rapids. Over to Garner, works it in the corner. Viss thought about the 3, works it mid-post. Leaner no good. Offense rebound, Jemison, and she fills it.
Raven has come on 6 second-half points, making the most of her minutes here in the second half. A great job by Raven.
My goodness, 3 rebounds, 3 of 4 shooting in this third quarter. 2 seconds left. Can Hope chase it down? And that takes us to the end of the third quarter. A dynamic 10 minutes of basketball, Alan, as Hope opens things up here at home.
Yeah, well, great effort even on that loose ball by Raven. That's really good to see. And we'll be back here after this short break for our 4th quarter of Hope Marian here on the Hope Sports Network.
There is a school whose namesake is not a founder, not a historical figure, not a state, city, or physical landmark. It is named after an ideal, a virtue, a way of life. Its name is Hope.
Coleman along with Alan Babbitt, Sports Information Director, as we get set for the final 10 minutes of this basketball game. And before we go to the action on the court, Alan, a lot of big things happening. Top 25 tomorrow in women's action, but #1 Christopher Newport in men's basketball, the #1 team ranked in the nation, fell in a big way to a good team, but fell nonetheless.
Yeah, Hamden Sydney, if you look at their schedule, they're like Hope. They're not afraid of scheduling anybody. Yeah, it's going to be a fun Division III basketball season on the men's and women's side for sure.
Certainly is. Opening seconds of this 4th frame. Hope College with the basketball in command, 67-35. As Carl Blum Over to Viss, and we're seeing kind of a zone defense now by the Sabres. We have not seen them employ this so far that we have noticed. Garner, she'll try an arcer, and she knocks it down.
Jada Garner, that's good working against that zone, and Jada was wide open and buried that three.
Good patience pays off offensively. Good look inside, stuffed by Jemison. Denied down low on a good look inside by Marian, but Raven said, not so much, my friend.
Yeah, you're seeing what Raven could mean to this basketball team on both ends of the court. You know, getting inside to her, but also defending the basket.
And she moves very, very well for a 6'2" frame, and that's not always a given. Absolutely right. We got a foul down low, and that'll be on Carson Carlbloom.
And the best part was, coming out of the half, she didn't play like someone with 2 fouls. She was still smart and has used her body and positioning well, but she was not passive at all, and that's paid big dividends.
Now look inside, wild layup effort cleared by Jemison on the board. Hope College Garner trying to move it down, up with a leaner with the left hand, misses the mark, and that will go out of bounds. Marian basketball. Well, quickly, Alan, a lot going on with Hope Sports, but a chance for Hope College football to maybe get into the playoff mix. Hope with a bye this Saturday, but a small chance to get into the rare 32-team format.
Yeah, only 4 at-large berths, but they are in the mix because of their strength of schedule, losing only to 2 unbeaten teams. So we'll wait to see Saturday what happens, and then Sunday at 5 o'clock to see. It never happened with MIAA having 2 teams, but it's the best chance we've had in the history of the league.
Good time to break that mold as Williams back in the basketball game. Kiara Williams, who's been in foul trouble pretty much the whole game, she still managed to come down with 12 rebounds as she hits her 7th point of the night. But trouble tonight foul-wise for Williams, but I think she's well on her way to having a really good season. As she's soft free throw touch knocks another one down.
Yeah, she can do so many things between scoring and rebounding and passing. She's certainly going to be someone that you have to contend with all season.
And a lot to build around. Like we talked about, Marian still very young. They started 3 sophomores in the starting lineup. Reverse layup, Garner! Ho ho! High off the window with the finish.
Great job the entire game. Everybody at Hope has been fearless in attacking the basket, and that's been a big help to get this big lead here in the 4th quarter.
Playing with a lot of confidence as Shania Lambert, the freshman out of Indianapolis, Indiana, gets her first minutes of the basketball game. She misses it. Still too strong with the 3-point effort, and Hope trying to push that fast break. Deep pass down inside to Carlbloom. The feed from the top side. Keegan Kaiser finds her teammate.
Keegan comes back after missing a layup she knows she should have made. Comes back with a great pass for an easy layup for the Flying Dutch.
Crossover. Williams, very unselfish, gets it to Lambert. She'll stop, pop, and miss off the mark on a deep mid-range. Kaiser clears the rebound. Hook pass down low to what she thought was a trailing Jada Garner. Now Williams can't handle the baseball throw. It'll be another turnover by Marian. Turnover number 21 on the night.
That's been a hallmark of Brian Morehouse coach teams, is giving the other team and giving up the basketball. And anytime you can get 20+ turnovers in a game, you give yourself an excellent shot at winning.
Absolutely true. And how about this? Hope still with just 7 turnovers in this game and only 2 in the second half. And that's a stat that's really going to help a young ball club by keeping possession as much as you can during the course of a game.
Yeah, especially as you continue to play more opponents and even better ones, possessions become more and more valuable.
Hope working that edge. Maynard, the freshman, she's looked very impressive. Over to Brunsberg, freshman to freshman, newbie to newbie, as they work at topside. 12 to shoot. Bellows will launch up a 3-ball. Good look short. Offensive rebound. And the putback with the left hand, missing the mark. 3rd time is it the charmer for Hope, and it can't fall as Courtney Lee gave it a go on the rebound try, but Brunsberg with a smile on her face. You can't fault the effort.
No, that's a great job by there, sticking with it. And those shots are going to fall for her more and more as the season goes.
Brian Morehouse, 28th year as a head coach for Hope in his customary blue blazer with the orange tie and the white shirt. Looking on. Williams down in low. Good feathery touch off the glass as she fills it for 2. Williams with 10 points, smashes Bartol for team high for the Sabres. 74-39. Maynard sells the fake. Leaner from the mid-range. Karams off. Pongs off the back of the rim, but a fill on a nice rebound by Hannah Kearns.
Took the ball away and went right up. Made an easy basket. Good job by Hannah for her first 2 points of the game.
And 12 players for Hope have scored tonight. The balance, like we said, has been there. Williams, she'll try a 3-ball. Check that, that's a 2-ball. And she knocks it down. Williams with a dozen to go along with 12 rebounds. She's got a double-double in her first game of the season. A little over 6 minutes left. Kearns dances around the mid-post, works it near side. Corner pocket, Brunsberg for a triple.
Yeah, I'm going to have to start doing up some Minnesota nicknames. She has been fantastic in her first game for the Flying Dutch.
Well, we've got a few games. We'll put the research department on it like we always say. Usually that's you, Alan. Yeah. nice weave down low by Williams as she gets a chance to go to the line. So foul on Hope College, their third. So anytime in the Hope Sports Network broadcast, when we send it to the research department, usually Alan Babbitt gets a text or an email.
Lily Miller checking in for Hope, the sophomore out of Norton Shores, getting involved here.
Certainly has, as Williams trying to make it an old school three, cannot. Hope shooting very well, 47% in this game. They shot, in the first half, they shot 36%. So they've done very well in the second half, and just 34% for Marian. Good ball motion. Three-pointer on the way, too strong. Offensive rebound on the putback by Brunsberg. Johnny on the spot with great box-out positioning by the freshman.
Hannah and Olivia were fighting for that loose ball. Hannah came up with it, got her fourth point of the game now.
Yes, Kurtz with that offensive rebound and score, and Williams responds on the other end. Boy, Williams, she just is a yeoman-like effort. Really doesn't change her expression, just plays hard and just got that serious look on her face.
Yeah, no, that is somebody you can certainly build around. Somebody that young and just composed is huge. Sometimes it takes a while for players to find that composure adjusting to college basketball, and she's got it in spades.
And she sure does, that's for sure. Marian brings back 4 of their 5 top scorers from last year, and 4 of their 5 starters. And a little smile on the bench. That is Hannah Kearns with a smile.
I think she had to tie her shoe before she could inbound the basketball.
Highly recommended. Bellows lobs it topside, trying to feed Kearns inside. Over to Bellows. She's not afraid to try the 3 as that one off the side iron, chasing it down off the end line. Good effort by Brunsberg. Oh, it's going to stay with Hope, as they will take it over on the far side. Good look from the camera underneath Hope's basket. Bellows tries to lob it over the zone. Marian's played zone really the last quarter. 6 to shoot. Cut off. Bellows just tries to go baseline. Skirts it. Puts a shot up. Contact and a late call. That's going to stay with the Dutch.
Yeah, it looks like Riley Woodson made the steal. She held her position, but then she was out of bounds. Stepped out of bounds. So Hope will keep it only 1 second on the shot clock, though.
Quick shoot opportunity inside with a lob. Miller get fouled as she got the shot away as the shot buzzer sounded. There we go. You go to one of the bigs down low, and Miller using her 6'2" frame and the long arms to make something happen.
And that's just one play in a game that Hope is comfortably ahead. But get that practice with an inbounds play and a shot clock. That has something you can put on film to help this team go forward, because they're going to face more situations like that.
Yeah, they really are. Hope 7 of 11 from the free throw line tonight as Miller misses her first effort. Couple points in 7 minutes of action for the freshman Miller. So a lot of first-timers getting some pretty good minutes tonight as Hope leads 82-45.
And she's a lefty. She's got that going for her, like her sports information director.
Look at that.
That's a really good promising trait for her.
Coincidence? I think not. That's going to be a kick out by Hope. Marian will keep it on their side of things. We've got a timeout on the court. Oh, check down, just a substitution.
Yep, Brooklyn Roback getting her first action here on the court today for the Flying Dutch.
Yep, the junior out of Clarkston, Michigan, Our Lady of the Lakes High School. Kiara Williams with 16 points. She leads all scorers. Good stop and pop from the left elbow. A little bit too strong. And the rebound by Roback on cue just entered the ball game. Bellows with a slash, backs it up with the right-handed dribble.
Brooklyn played JV last season for the Flying Dutch.
3-ball, too strong, no good. Offensive rebound on the backside and filled by Brunsberg. And in her first game, she has matched Williams with game-high honors with 16 points off the bench. Steal, pass down to Bellows all day long, and she lays it up and in. Well, I don't think you could ask much more than having one of your freshmen off the bench to tally 16 points, excuse me.
Yes, go along with 7 rebounds.
Yes.
And a block shot.
Doing all those things as that one pongs off the rim.
Make it 8 rebounds.
On cue. So here's Roback, 5'7" junior. So a couple years on the JV team now, wearing that varsity uniform has got to feel so special for her. And now Brian Morehouse wants to call a timeout with 3:12 remaining, and all things Hope on this Thursday night, 86-45.
Yeah, and going to be some substitutions coming in. Grayson Guy, Lauren Niemans, and I need to double check on, I think I saw a 33 that I did not have on my roster, so I will quickly pause and do my sports information duties and get that confirmation.
You got it. And while Alan's looking that up for confirmation, Hope College in action this coming Saturday against the Pioneers of Wisconsin Platteville. That's a 1 o'clock tip-off, and you can catch that on the Hope Sports Network. Our thanks to Freddie Vasquez working the studio with the coordinator tonight from the secret bunker down below DeVos Fieldhouse. Alan Babbitt taking time out of his busy night to add color commentary. Always nice to hear his insights with a finger on the pulse of all things Hope College sports-wise. So Hope looking to move to 1-0 on the young season. Brian Morehouse, 685 career wins. Coming in 15 away from that 700 mark, and he's been the fastest coach in college basketball history, closest to 600 wins, fastest to 600 wins, and he's the only coach in college basketball with 600 victories and less than 100 defeats. So that number speaks for itself.
33 is Morgan Miller, up from the JV from Portland, Oregon. We have to see last time we had someone from Oregon.
My goodness. All the states are represented. Thank you, Alan, for that. Good diving effort defensively by Morgan. Or by Roback, excuse me, and a foul in the backcourt is Morgan with the foul. Oh, check that. That is Lauren Niemans, the sophomore out of Sterling Heights Stevenson High School, getting her first minutes of the game and in her career.
I missed out on the Oregon recruiting trip. I'm disappointed. I haven't been there, and I want to go to Oregon someday.
It's lovely, Alan. Trust me. I saw a postcard once. Hope clears the carom. 2:37 left. Just the outcome is assured. Just the final score is not. As trying to post up down low is Miller, working at baseline. Grayson Guy gives it up to a teammate. Shot too strong. Offensive rebound up with the left hand and rejected as Neiman's shot is tipped away. We got a jump ball situation. That will go to, is that going to go to Marian? I think it will.
Yep, and Marian gets some substitutions. Kaylee Nowak and Brenna Whitmer enter the game. Brenna from Manistee, Michigan.
Yeah, always good to see some Michigan players. Marian out of Wisconsin, Fond du Lac, Wisconsin, just east of Madison on the southern shores of beautiful Lake Winnebago. Working perimeter or working parallel is Ponte to the free throw line, and we got a blocking foul. Lily Miller with the foul, the culprit. Now we'll send Marian to the line. Just 5 of 7. Shot well from the free throw line, just have been outshot by 5 in the free throw department as far as totals. The lefty knocks it down. Coming up as part of our post game, we'll take a look at the numbers in this one and look forward to the rest of the weekend. A lot going on in Hope Sports as well as women's basketball. Second one dances off the rim. And the rebound by Grayson Guy, the 6-foot freshman out of Petoskey, Michigan. Working the three-point edge. Good change of direction. Leader from the baseline, skirts off. Offensive rebound, put back, no. Third time effort, no. Up to the fourth time, and Guy can't get it to fall. And finally, Williams comes down with her 14th rebound. Lobs it down to her teammate who was not expecting it. And trying to save that one is Nowak as it falls out of bounds. It'll be Hope basketball. Well, after a slow start, not as far as effort, just trying to make some shots, Hope was down 9-4. And then they went on an 8-point run, never looked back. And a flurry at the end of that first quarter to take a big lead. There's a nice look inside and another shot on the key that's knocked down by Hope.
Yeah, Miller with a nice entry pass from Niemans and an easy layup here for Hope, giving Hope 88 points.
And Hope has doubled up Marian as far as points in the paint, 52-26. Mid-range misses by Whitmer. Hope still trying to push the pace up and in with a shot by Niemans as she kisses it off the window. Her first basket of the night.
You could tell she wanted that first basket, and good for her to get on the board for the Flying Dutch.
Absolutely. 14 have scored for Hope as Lambert feeds it down low to her teammate. That is Nowak, who misses it. And another rebound by Hope. They have out-rebounded Marian 50-36. Working it near side. 3-ball short. Offensive rebound try by Niemans, but lost the handle. Now Williams, who's played most of the game with 4 fouls, gets checked low post, turnaround off the window. Sweet kiss by the sophomore out of Warren, Michigan.
Just so sound, and
she is
able to make a lot of plays for this Marian team.
Fundamentally pure, the sophomore. Low post, Miller working the triangle on the near side. Now they swing it around as Morgan backs it up. No reason for Hope to shoot. 7 seconds remaining as they're going to take this game 90-48 in the first ever meeting between the Marian Sabres and the Hope College Flying Dutch, as Hope takes this win to open up the 23-24 campaign in convincing fashion.
Yeah, certainly a great start for the Flying Dutch. A little tour of Wisconsin with this weekend to open the season here at DeVos Fieldhouse, but a great effort. Again, down 9-4. A young team didn't get rattled, didn't just stick with it, and then able to turn the game around in the first half and get that first win of the season. It's always better when you start the season on a winning note.
It certainly is, as Brian Morehouse picks up his 686th all-time win in the Hope College coaching uniform, as they say. But looking at the numbers in this one, Marian struggled after that first quarter, shot just 33%, and they shot 4 of 12 from the three-point line. But hoping improved incrementally after that first quarter shooting.
Certainly great unselfishness and absurdiveness. Those two things can be a very lethal combination, and it was today on the basketball court, led, of course, by Chloe Brunsberg with 16 points. Then Olivia Bellows off the bench was huge as well with 15 points. And then also in double figures was Sydney Viss. Of course, we liked, Raven Jemison had a great second half. And a lot of little different pieces that I think I'm encouraged. Obviously some things to work on, but a lot of things you have to like if you're Brian Morehouse and the Flying Dutch, as they look forward to a day of practice and rest, and then look ahead to Saturday's matchup with Wisconsin Platteville here at DeVos Fieldhouse.
Well, Platteville may be a little bit more of a test on paper. Platteville brings back a little bit of experience. That remains to be seen on Saturday. But before we go, big game by Kiara Williams, who did not factor in much minutes-wise in that first half, but boy, she impressed us with 18 and 14 points and rebounds respectively.
Yeah, her and Chelsea King are two players. You figure Chelsea, just her assertiveness, she's going to shoot better, and I'm sure this Marian team's going to grow a lot from coming here and playing at DeVos Fieldhouse, and they have some things to build off. You get off to a 9-4, you give yourself, by getting on the road, getting up 9-4, you'll take that more often than not as something that you can build on, and they'll be back in action tomorrow here over down the street at the Holland Civic Center, 6 o'clock against Wisconsin Platteville. We'll have that game live stream on the Hope Athletics website, and then Saturday 1 o'clock here. Yeah, should be a great second game test. Now opponents get to see what the Flying Dutch have, and they'll see how they adjust to what let teams throw at them.
And maybe a chance for Hope College to do a little reconnaissance for Platteville tomorrow before the game on Saturday. Before I let you go, Alan Babbitt, Sports Information Director at Hope College, thanks so much for taking the time. Can you give us just a brief bit of information about the volleyball tournament coming up?
Yeah, certainly. Tomorrow's games, 2 semifinals. 4:30 is Albion and Calvin, and then 7 o'clock Hope and Adrian. Hope defeated Adrian in 3 sets last week, but those scores don't mean anything now. They start all over. Tickets are available on the MIAA website. You can purchase them at the door. Come cheer on the Flying Dutch, and then hopefully winners will meet on 5 o'clock Saturday. Hopefully we'll have a Hope doubleheader with basketball at 1 o'clock and volleyball at 5 o'clock, but got to take care of business tomorrow.
You bet. So if you have nothing to do this weekend, no excuses to maybe find some fine Hope Athletics in fine form. Alan, thanks so much as always, and good luck this weekend covering everything, and thanks for joining us on the broadcast tonight.
No, it was a lot of fun, and always fun to talk about Hope sports, and I also want to thank Freddie Velasquez and the crew, all the film crew today, making this broadcast possible.
You bet.
They're always awesome, and it's great to see our students get a chance to, put on some high quality broadcasting. So
you bet. Well, for Alan Babbitt, I'm Mike Coleman saying so long on this Thursday night from DeVos Fieldhouse. And the final score of the Hope College Flying Dutchman 90 and the Marian University Sabres 48. Until Saturday, we say so long and have a good rest of your evening.
There are over 5,000 colleges and universities in the United States alone, and nearly every single one of them is named after a location or a historical figure. But along the shores of Lake Michigan, there is a school whose namesake is not a founder, not a historical figure, not a state, city, or physical landmark. It is named after an ideal, a virtue, a way of life. Its name is hope. It is so easy to get lost in what this world lacks, to become discouraged by its needs, gaps, and flaws. Can we see beyond the uncertainty and brokenness? At Hope College, we do. Not by ignoring the world as it is, but by learning and living with the belief that this is not the world as it should be, by driving to understand, to unlock clarity, to amplify truth, by leading with inspired compassion, by embodying a vision that illuminates greater opportunity for all, by serving with anchored conviction, using our collective gifts to offer this world what it needs most. Hope. Not simply hope as a desire, but hope as a way of being. Because hope has changed the way we see the world, and hope drives us to change the way the world is. Because hope shapes our calling. Because hope inspires our dreams. Because hope empowers our talents. Because hope frees us to try. Because hope transforms what we believe, transforms how we act, transforms who we are. At Hope College, we know this life-altering grace is a gift we have all been given, and it is the greatest gift we can offer the world. Hope transforms.